My name is Borte Moore, and this is Dream, Design, Do. After that day of traveling back to Charlotte from her birthday celebration, I could not stop thinking about Ronda. And I remember that night I prayed, and I've always prayed for a wife, right, since I was 12. And I prayed, and I'm like, I don't know why I'm thinking about Ronda in this way, but really just let me know why, I am thinking about her in this way that I've never thought about her before. Wedding day. It was a destination wedding, right? So it was in Charleston. We had a total of maybe 150 people. And it was really a dream come true type wedding. I was gonna marry somebody that I knew was just a gift from God. I knew that Ronda was the woman that God chose for me. I was the guy that God had for her. So faith was a huge part of our marriage, as well as our courtship. I mean, I didn't really date a lot of girls. I pretty much dated 2 girls, and one of them I married. I'm really thankful that Ronda allows me to be me, right? I allow her to be her. We have kind of a very untraditional family in many ways. Ronda works outside of the home. I do a lot of work inside of the home, as well as being an interior decorator. She's a corporate lady. She wouldn't have it any other way. And I let her do that. Like, that's her thing, and she's great at it, and she's an amazing woman leader in her field. I make sure that my family has everything that they need, in our home. So I'm an interior decorator, so it comes quite natural that I'm going to design our home, and I'll run things by Ronda, and she pretty much likes, what I suggest, but every now and then she'll make a suggestion, and I always value that. We were married for 5 years before we had Bazley Grace. We enjoyed the 5 years that we had as just kind of newlyweds. We just took time to travel, to just kind of talk about what our lives would be together as a family. So that 5 years was needed for us. We got pregnant fairly quickly. We didn't know the gender. We didn't want to find out. Dr. Martin, who's a dear friend of ours, delivered Bazley Grace. Her nursery was all ivory and white and buffs and just different shades of neutrals and gold. So it really didn't matter whether we found out the gender or not. Bazley was a C-section baby. We literally checked in the Umstead, and we stayed there for 2 nights and drove directly from the Umstead to Rex Hospital and delivered Bazley at about 8:22 in the morning. Because it was a C-section baby, I didn't see anything beyond the curtain, so I was just there. In fact, Ronda and I, we were just talking to one another and singing to one another, and we were so happy. And Dr. Martin said, "Well, do you guys want to know the gender of your baby?" We said, "Sure." And she said it was a girl. And in that moment, how sometimes God can just communicate a gazillion things to you at one time. And in that moment, God told me 3 things I will never forget. He says, "Borte, consider yourself as her earthly father, and I'm her heavenly father." And he says, "Borte, create heaven on earth for her. So whatever you can do to just adore her and to just nurture her, do that." And the 3rd thing, and this is a biggie for me, and I'm reminded literally almost daily, is, "Borte, if you have any concerns, consult me, because I created her." And those are 3 things that I share with Bazley Grace constantly. And I remind myself and, remind Ronda that we're just her earthly parents, and God created her with an amazing purpose, like He did all of us. And we're just here to just kind of guard that and nurture that. Dream, design,